Hey.
Back again for
the
pizza bagels.
And the bagels.
It's the Pizza Bagel Show.
Hell yeah.
Where it's pizza bagel time.
Because when you put pizzas on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Pizza bagels anytime.
Goddamn right. Hell yeah. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Just excited as always. And, the intro.
I know.
And we're in episode, I think, like 14 now.
Yeah, I was going to say 15.
And
it's still just as good as the...
Yeah, I mean...
It feels like the first time. Yeah.
It's just, first time, and I feel like we're super nerds. Like, there's been a lot of episodes that we talked about it in the beginning, but just while I was playing, like, I'm air drumming, you're dancing around, and it just gets us fucking jacked up.
I'm so into it.
Miles, that kicks ass.
Love it. Yeah, thanks, Miles.
Yeah. So, you have anything exciting that's happened in the last week or weekends?
I've been on vacation all week. I took a day trip to Detroit and went to a dispensary, which we will talk about on another episode because it's worthy of an entire episode.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. It was bananas in a great way.
Okay.
Like in a blow your mind way. How awesome it is to buy weed in a place where you're allowed to buy weed. It's fucking so good. I can't wait to tell you, but we'll do that for another episode.
And did you also take Dum Dum with you?
I did.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to hear. Maybe we'll shoot it for next episode.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't really have anything since we recorded. Nothing really exciting.
Okay, so that's our time. It's been a pleasure, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, we'll see you next week.
That's good.
So we could skip all the BS then.
Yeah, let's get right to it.
So last episode, we did firsts.
We rocked firsts.
Yeah, the first time we had a cigarette, the first time drinking legally, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, first, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was fun. So this week we're going to do worsts.
First to worst.
Yeah.
First to worst.
Exactly my thoughts.
Hell yeah.
If you don't mind, I'd like
please.
to start one off.
I would love it.
Okay, so before we get started, can we do a little cheersies to kick the episode off?
Hell yeah.
Salud, bud.
Cheers, brother.
Okay, so I'm going to start this episode with the worst roommate. This was, this is actually right about turning 21.
Okay.
Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. You were giving me like a look like I was about to say something.
I didn't know if you were saying like I should come up with something on the spot.
Oh, no.
We haven't discussed any of this.
No.
But I have my answer, but I would love for you to go first.
Okay.
Yeah. Go.
So, I think I just turned 21 and my roommate at the time was still 20 and we're just a few weeks apart.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are big weeks though. 20 to 21. That's a big amount of weeks time.
And so, I think actually last week when we were talking about first is when I had my 21st birthday.
Right.
Right. With that, I think I explained all that. So if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it and then come back and listen to this one.
Exactly.
Basically within a week or so of that, there's still a few more weeks till his birthday. I leave and go out for the night. I don't know, I want to grab dinner or movie or something like that.
Sure.
Our buddy Steve came over and hung out with him and, I left. So I come back and it's probably midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk into the apartment, and every single one of my kitchen cabinets are open. And I'm like,
weird.
What the fuck? Like, it's like something like fucking like poltergeist. Yeah, dude. And I was like, I don't remember this place being haunted.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, where's shitbag at? And I fucking walk around into like the living room, not in there. I check his bedroom. Well, there's Big Steve passed out on the floor with just like in his boxers. He's got this tiniest little blanket that's like barely covering him. And I was like, all right, so that probably leaves one more place where he could be. I go to the bathroom and he's hovered over the toilet. And I'm like, oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, they somehow went out and drank. I guess Steve was 21, so I don't know, they got beer somehow. But I'm like, oh, bud. So I kind of get over by him. I start like rubbing him on the back, and I'm like, you okay, bud? He's like, oh, just like, don't touch me. Don't. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke. And I started laughing. I was like, okay. So I'm like waiting there for a few minutes. I'm like, no.
So you just watch him, but not touching him. You're like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching. Yeah.
Basically,
like,
right. And so I'm like standing there for a minute. You know, like when you have like that drunk person like puking, you're just kind of standing there, like you are like just watching, like,
sure,
okay, let's go,
puke
get it out. And so
and
after
let's go back to the bar like grown up.
yeah, reset.
Yeah.
So I now squat down next to him. I'm like kind of patting him. I'm like, come on, bud, let's get you to bed. And mind you, he's bigger than I am.
Well, of course he is.
So, and then he's like, no. He's like, I can't move. And then as I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is that?
He shit himself.
And I was like, dude, did you shit yourself? And he goes, he's like, oh, it's so bad, dude. He's like, I came in here to take a shit. He's like, but then I had to puke before I even got my pants undone. And I just dropped down and puked. And as I was puking, the force was just shit in my pants. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I was like, that's so disgusting. How embarrassing.
Ugh, gross.
I wish I could videotape this moment. So then I'm like, okay, well, this fuckbag, I have to take a piss. He's hovering on the toilet. Like, I need to get him out of here. But I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to piss in the shower. And so I go and wake up Steve. I'm like, yo, you need to help me fucking get him out of here. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, he was puking. He shit himself. And I went and got newspapers and I put it on his bed.
This is like Big Daddy.
Right. Yeah. I laid it on his bed so that when once we got him to the bed, if any shit came out of his pants, it would be on the newspaper and not his sheets.
Yeah.
I'm
a
good
metro
friend.
section. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a gentleman.
I'm a good roommate.
Fuck arts and leisure. Just shit on that.
Yeah. Already did all the crosswords here. Go ahead and take a shit on it.
Sudoku's done, so just go on shit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Take a Marmaduke.
Yeah. Good one.
Thanks.
So I get Steve up. I'm like, all right, dude, come on, help me fucking get this fucking idiot up here. So we both start lifting up his arm, and he's like not stretching his legs out, or like a little kid. Mm-hmm. I'm like, come on, put your feet down, and then come on, let's get you to bed.
Right, like a toddler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on, it's bedtime.
Right.
And he finally puts his feet down, but then he turns towards the sink. He's like, no, I was like, I have to fucking puke. And I was like, no, you don't, pussy. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you would have done it already. Right. Only pussies don't puke.
Exactly. Gay.
Yeah. And then so he finally he's like, goes to like lay back down again. And I'm like, dude, don't fucking lay down. Well, he puts his his head on my foot. And I was still wearing shoes. And then he's like, bro, stop moving. I was like, I'm not moving. You're laying on my foot. He's like, right. I can feel your toes curling inside. I do tend to do that when I'm just standing.
Sure.
I have indentations in my shoes from curling them.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden he's like, ugh. He's like, ugh. And I was like, oh, ew. And
that was
like,
amazing what you just recreated, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Really good.
It's all in like the back of the throat, like the spit.
Guttural.
Get it? Yeah, gargle.
Yeah.
And that's just flipping of the mouth, the tongue.
Sure.
So then he fucking pukes this like light blue, watery ass whatever the fuck. I'm like, ugh, and I like slide my foot out.
Light blue.
Well, that's why I see. I go, what the fuck is that? And I was like, there's two options.
Curacao.
We did have those like icy slushy popsicles like in the freezer.
Like a Funhouse? Oh, well, like in the freezer.
Yeah, in the freezer. But they're like
popsicles.
the ICEE, like the blue slushy.
Yep, got it.
That, and I think, but Steve goes, I think he was drinking, it was called like Hypnotic.
Yeah.
And it's like a baby blue, like a neon blue color or whatever. And I'm like, that's also fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But I guess you're 20, aren't you, pussy?
Yeah, Hypnotic
not 21.
is kind of a bluish color.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. And so I literally just grab like a towel and I just throw it down and I'm like wiping it up. And I'm like, fuck this. Fuck you. I'm going to bed.
Sure.
And so Steve's like, I'm going to bed too. I was like, he's on his side. He'll be fine.
Right.
So I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, going to go take my morning piss. And you know, like when you take jeans off, like straight down and like just like the legs crunch, but like their waist part just kind of open.
Sure. That's
what was in the bathroom, but smothered in shit.
Oh my God.
He wasn't wearing underwear.
Oh my God.
So not that he shit his pants, but he like actually shit his pants.
Wow.
And I'm like, you motherfucker. I like 300 kicked the fucking door open. I'm like, hey, fuckface.
You're like, this is Sparta.
Yeah.
Kicked the door open, and then he just literally shit in his dungarees.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, hey, fuckface. I was like, why are your shit pants on the floor? And he's like, oh, dude. He's like, I woke up, and it was like 6 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, man, I'm really hungover. And when I stood up to take a piss, I realized and remembered what happens, that I have shit all over my ass. And he's like, so I took my pants off. He's like, I just jumped in the shower and just basically turned my butt in there, bent over, and just did that for like 20 minutes.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, so on your way out, you can't take your shit pants out of the bathroom, dickhead?
Right.
He's like, I didn't know what to do with them. He's like, grab like a grocery store
in the
baggie.
Tank of the toilet. You idiot. That's what you do.
Actually, that's probably not a bad idea.
You throw them in the tank of the toilet, and then you pretend you never went to that place.
I was like, but we lived in an apartment building, so there was like a fucking public services giant blue dumpster down in the back. Like, put them in a fucking grocery bag and throw them in the dumpster, dickhead. Right. So, yeah, basically I was like, go fucking pick up your shit pants.
This is poor planning.
Yeah. So that would be worst roommate for me.
Wow. Okay, well, that super eclipses my worst roommate is a fucking gem now. So let's move on to something different.
Should I maybe let you go first?
Holy shit, man. I mean, wow. Yeah, he was just an asshole. So let's move on to something else.
What else you got?
For worst? All right. Let's jump right into it. How about worst sexual encounter?
Like hookups?
Yeah.
I got one. Go on. You go first, since I just told the story.
All right. So, all right. This encroaches into a couple of my other possible answers, but I went through a phase in Florida where I dated what I now refer to as Larrys. And Larrys are women whose names rhyme with Larry, whom I never respected.
So
I dated,
like Carrie,
boom,
Sherry,
done,
Mary,
done.
Are there more?
There's one more.
Terry?
That's it.
Oh, for real?
You nailed all four. That's
fucking
exactly right. Yeah. So, fuck.
And then there's also one more you forgot. Barry.
That's true.
My boyfriend.
In a different way. Yeah. But, fuck, no, I forgot what question are we on because there's so many.
Oh, the hookups. Oh. You recall, you're referring
hookup?
the exes or hookups as Larrys.
Worst hookup. So
also, wait. So why do you call them Larrys, though?
So that
where did that come from?
It was only because all of their names rhymed. They were literally in succession, one to the next.
Okay.
So those four I dated in order.
Okay.
And it was...
So if you were talking to somebody and referring to them, you're just like, Larry.
Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just came across one time, and I was like, yeah, fucking, I don't remember her name, Larry or something.
Sure.
Which was a joke between me and my boys. And then it became more funny because I never respected any of them. So it was like, oh, they're fucking Larrys, and that disrespects them.
Jeez.
Which was great for me. But
so
yeah.
You're saying your story.
The worst hookup. So, yeah, I dated this chick for a very short time. Her name was Sherry. By the way, she was 6'1".
Wow.
Awesome.
That's a huge bitch.
Fuck yeah, dude.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
awesome.
That makes sense, though.
Does it? It doesn't. It was...
Well, considering that Jen's like 5'2".
No, she's like 4'11" and 3/4. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, just to scale the difference for the listeners. Current wife is 4'11", and the girl was 6'1".
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost 6'2". But yeah, so we used to hook up, and we tried to date. It never really worked. We didn't really care for each other, but we had a good time getting drunk and then fucking.
Sure.
So...
Fuck buddies.
Yeah. So we went out one night, and we decided to do the same thing, and she was coming over to my place, and she was like, hey, unexpected, this was not a date night, and she just called me, and she was like, hey, I'm 10 minutes away from your place. I'm at the liquor store. I'm buying Jameson for you and gin for me because she drank gin. And she was like, do we need anything else? And I was like, yeah, we need condoms. And she was like, no problem. And now, mind you, I've never hung out with this chick not extraordinarily hammered.
Sure.
So when we fucked before, it's taken like 40 minutes because I just can't hammer dick. Like, it's not working well. It's taken a long time, but she's liking, but I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how long is this going to fucking take? But she thought, as a funny joke, she would get these condoms that were desensitizing condoms for people who, like, come too fast.
I do remember those.
Yeah. So she bought those and didn't tell me. I was just like, here, and handed me a condom, and I put it on. And then I went to bang her, and I'm like, I can't even feel my dick. Like, it's just like sex noises that there's nothing happening. Yeah, exactly. Someone's stirring the macaroni in the other room. And I'm just like, what the fuck is there's nothing happening right now. And she was like, it was a decent. And I'm like, good one. What do you want me to do with my soft dick now? Like,
so you lost it in the midst because you just weren't feeling anything?
God, I hate to say this. I tried my best for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then I pretended real hard that I came, and I spit on her back. Yeah, I just went like, and then just spit on her back.
That's really funny.
And she was like, "Did you come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's everywhere, and there's a little bit on your back."
I did it mostly in my hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's mostly where you can't see. It was so good. It went, everywhere, except in this room, and just that little bit that dribbled.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's kind of funny. Well, that you said that, but mine was just like a random hookup. Like at a bar. I don't even remember what time period. I mean, it was in my like 20s, but I don't even remember where I met her or whatever. But we were hooking up, we were banging, and like I was like starting off like on top, and I'd go for like a good handful of minutes.
Sure.
And then I'm like, okay, let's switch it up, and I'd kind of like pull her back, so she can get on top, and then she'd be on top for, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Yep.
And then she'd like lay back down, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? And she's like, come here. And I was like, what? And then she's like, come on. And then she'd grab my dick and put it back in. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's so outrageous.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay. So then I go back in for like a handful. I've got some more minutes going on. And then I'm like, all right, let's switch it up. Like, you jump back on top. Same fucking thing. 15, 20 seconds,
sure.
Gets back off, and then like wants me to. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, now I'm annoyed at this point. I'm like, this isn't even fun anymore because like I can't even like chillax, as they say.
Right.
And like you put a little bit of work in. So I also faked coming.
No way.
I mean, I was wearing a condom, so it was easier for me. But I was just so annoyed, and
you went hoya. That was it. Hoya. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you wait, and you go, and you wait like 7 more seconds. You're like, and like, was that good for you? You're like, baby, they're empty. And she's like, oh my God. Amazing.
You did so good on your 30 seconds total on top between 2 times.
I'm going to dump off this fucking helium balloon full of cum. It's so full right now.
Yeah. No, so that was basically it. I was just like, I'm just going to fake cum. And I just got off and then just took the condom off and just threw it in the trash can.
Yeah. Sometimes the fake cum is the way to go.
Listen, up to that point, I've never done that, and I've not done that since.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It was just that one time.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a time that
I've done it since then.
Oh, okay.
A few times.
That's the only time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a fake cummer, okay? Like,
typically, first of all, no man is.
Yeah.
Who's a man who's just like, you know what? I just really like to wrap this up and pretend to come. And then just have a boner for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I've definitely been drunk where I'm like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And I cannot, it's not going to come out.
Right.
We're just going to have to save this for the morning or something like that.
Exactly.
And then just call it quits. But, yeah, that would be mine.
I also, I hate to get off subject, but I will for just 20 seconds. I dated this absolute whore.
Are you going to tell this story for as long as she was on top?
Yep.
Okay.
Nailed it. I did this whore in Florida, and we had the same thing where, like, we would hook up, And then once we hooked up, I was like, ugh, God, why am I hooking up with you? This is awful. And then I was like a problem to finish at the end. And then in the morning, however, she loved to get cummed on her face. Mm-hmm. So I would like be like, all right, just go to bed. I'm sorry. I'm not performing well this evening. Good night. And then in the morning, we just wake up and just fucking whack off right in her face. And she'd be like, oh my God, it's so sexy.
For real though?
Swear to 100%.
Wait. Like I understand if you're fucking and then that does that, or if she's blowing you and then
no, she
know,
just thought
so
coming on her face was like the biggest compliment she could receive.
That's fucking odd.
Yeah, she was not. She was the only person I ever hooked up with on like a internet like dating type of thing.
Like Tinder or whatever it was.
It was way before all that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the same idea though, right? On the dating
we met
apps.
online. Yeah. We went to a pool hall, and she wasn't even old enough to drink. She was 20. And I bought beers for her and her friends, and then she was like, do you want to come on my face? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Awesome. And then it was sexy time, and it was like not having. I'm like, sorry, this isn't going to. And she's like, well, maybe you come on my face in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to. And then 3 hours later, I have sleep apnea, so I'm like, I woke up, and I was like, oh, well, that bitch wants it, and then jerked off on her face, and she was like, that was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, well, you can come over again, but you can't tell any of my friends about it because you're disgusting.
Oh my God.
Yeah. God, you know what's sad? I don't even remember her. I have no idea what she looks like, and I don't remember her name. She lives in Jupiter, Florida. That's all I remember about her. I have no recollection otherwise.
Were you living in Florida at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I have no. Jesus Christ. I don't even know her name.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago.
It sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
That is odd and hilarious. And she didn't have to do any of the work, and she still got a morning surprise.
Yep. Ta-da. A little something for you.
Steve the Magician.
A little present for you, madam, because I don't know your name. Yeah, there it is. All right. Well, we went into it before, so worst tattoo.
Oh.
Or I should say least favorite.
My least favorite is definitely, I know that this is just audio at the moment until we get things adjusted and get the cameras going. But this one here on my upper arm, the microphone with the really cool little flames and the stars around it. Because it's like one of those like old-fashioned ones, like the old like Elvis microphones, right? And I got this done at 18.
I like that microphone.
Yeah, so do I. I have one somewhere, but I was 18, and this is where I came to the tattoo artist, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to get. And I think I only had maybe 2 other tattoos at that point. And he's like, cool. And he like draws it up. And I was like, all right, man, yeah, that's pretty cool. But as years have passed, I look at it and I'm like, this is my worst tattoo.
Sure.
And especially, I mean, it's music themed, so obviously my entire arm is all shit from different bands and whatnots. But I definitely want to find somebody to cover that fucking thing up and make it something cool.
Do like a whole cover up or like detail it out?
Or at least like, yeah, make the microphone look dope and then get rid of like the flames and stars.
Shit,
yeah, those flames are
the microphone could be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to have some like light blue and like, I don't know, some goofy ass little shading, and it just not a fan. That would be mine.
Sure.
Out of all the stupid tattoos I have, that's the worst for sure. I love my stupid tattoos.
Yeah. I only have a small amount of tattoos, but my least favorite's my first one, and it's my last name over 3 symbols in some Asian dialect. And it was like a family crest of a friend who died.
Okay.
And I fucking hate it. His name was Randy. He died on a motorcycle, like in front of me and a bunch of our friends.
Yikes.
Yeah. And we all went and got his dad and told his dad that Randy died. And we all went out and got tattoos together. And I thought it was awesome. And now, like, that was 23 years ago. And again, I cannot picture Randy. I don't remember what he looks like. And I'm just annoyed that I have this huge tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So
How big is it?
Oh, It's fucking big.
Oh,
baby.
yeah, that is. Yeah, that's like shoulder and like halfway down your arm there.
Yeah, it's like a quarter of a quarter sleeve. So it's almost too big to cover up. Not too big, almost. But if I want to cover it up, like that's going to be a $1,200.
Well, it's also all black and like filled in.
It has to be all black. Yeah, so it's going to be a Darth Vader cover up.
I mean, that would work.
It would be the only thing that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you love Star Wars. You got your Star Wars shirt on.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually very fitting.
Yeah. But fuck, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Tattoos. I mean, I got a lot of dumb ones, but I love them all. It's just that one's, I think, is like the shittiest.
Well, you should love your tattoos.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can think of another. How about the worst band? What's a band that when they come on, any song, it doesn't matter, and you're like, fuck this fucking shit?
I have a bunch, but I will start with Pearl Jam.
I also don't like Pearl Jam.
Dude, fuck Pearl Jam. I know a lot of people like it, and I'm okay with some of it, but
it's just, and don't get me wrong, they helped pave the way for the grunge. And we might have even talked about this in past episodes, maybe in the 90s, I don't know. But
I
just
have
that,
respect for Pearl Jam, but
for what they did. But his vocals are fucking...
Exactly. Right. I'm feeling hungry. Feeling hungry.
Yeah. Sucks.
Listen, if it's important to you, purse your fucking lips together. Make a goddamn effort. Right? Don't be like, from the mouths of Hammond. That's not a fucking sentence. Okay? You sound like you're having a goddamn stroke. So purse your lips together and enunciate. Give me some lyrics or let somebody else sing the song.
So you said you have a bunch. Do you have like two more? If we do like a 3?
Oh my god, I can't stand fucking Guns N' Roses.
See, I don't mind Guns N' Roses. I mean, I grew up with Guns N' Roses.
We do not Guns N' Roses anymore in my house or my car. It doesn't fucking happen.
I don't go out of my way to go listen to Guns N' Roses. However, if I'm listening to the radio and flicking through stations and the only thing that's on is Welcome to the Jungle, then fine. I'm going to listen to that over a lot of other stuff. I would rather
listen to a Kia of Bedford commercial than anything from Guns N' Roses. KiaofBedford.com.
Oh, yeah.
I will fucking rock that shit so hard.
Some of those got good jingles.
Hell yeah. And I will sing them loud and proud over fucking Guns N' Roses. It's trash.
Yeah.
It's trash. Also, I hate to say it because I loved them when I was a kid. AC/DC, we don't listen to that anymore.
So again, also, I used to, in like my teenage years, loved AC/DC.
Same.
Again, something I grew up with. Like I remember like when I found and bought the Back in Black on vinyl when I was like 16 or 17.
Which was an awesome album when you were 16.
Yeah. But it's definitely there's a point that I hit in my life that I'm like, again, if it comes on,
sorry, Angus.
Yeah,
it's over.
I'm over it. Like, speaking of fucking AC/DC, back when I was bartending, man, there was a night that we got a bunch of 21-year-old kids. There was like 8 of them, and I was like, all right, let me see all your IDs. Okay, fine, you guys barely made it. What do you have in? And they're like, a Bud Light. And I go, okay, for you, Bud Light. And then he goes, for you. And he goes, Bud Light. I'm going to go, let me stop you. Are all of you drinking Bud Lights? And they're like, yup. And I go, okay, that was way easier. You should have said I need 8 Bud Lights.
Right.
So as I'm like going and doing that, one of the kid fucking creeps around to the jukebox and plays next Thunderstruck. And I look at the kid and I go, fuck, I know what this is. So
now that's probably their best song.
Sure, but do you know the Thunderstruck drinking game?
No.
So while the music's playing, thunder.
Shot every time they say thunder?
No. So one person starts drinking when he says thunder.
A waterfall.
And has to chug it until he says thunder again. Then the next person goes, and they basically are taking turns doing this until they're like done with the beer. Like you remember like when little kids they grab like something to drink, like
sure, yeah, yep.
and then they started like heavy breathing, and they got like whatever juice that's like all the way across the lip. That's what these 21-year-old kids were doing, but with chugging their Bud Lights. And they're like, when the first one's like, we need to eat more. We need more Bud Lights. And I was like, oh my God, I hope you guys fucking realize I'm not going to do this for the whole fucking song. Like, I'm going to do this one more time, so you better fucking babysit these fucking things.
Right. Ugh.
Yeah. So AC/DC, Pearl Jam, and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. For me, Bob Dylan for sure.
100. I couldn't agree with you more.
I
Same
hate
thing.
Bob Dylan.
Some people should write songs, and Bob Dylan should.
Right.
Bob Dylan's lyrics are great, but you can't sing them.
Yeah, I've taken time to actually like look in and like great. I just fucking hate the way he sings.
Right.
He's like in like an amusement park. I feel like right,
with
like,
the wind and the hunter bean and the
like he's at the park going down the slide, right? He's like, I'm on a slide and we're having fun. Right. Whoa,
right. He's
wow.
Now, see, to me, that sounds like you're Christopher Walken.
Oh. No, I feel like I do actually a pretty decent Christopher Walken person.
Do a Christopher Walken, Bob Dylan mashup.
Well, no, fuck off Bob Dylan, but I think I could try doing a pretty good Christopher Walken impression. Hold on, let me wet my whistle here.
Please. All right, this is Christopher Walken going down the slide. We just
No. This is Christopher. This is actually line from Catch Me If You Can, I think, when he's giving his speech. He's like,
as the dad.
2 mice on the top of cream. One gives up and dies. The other one keeps going until that butter turns to cream.
This is pretty good.
Cream turns to butter.
Right.
And then gets out. Ladies and gentlemen, I am that mouse.
That's actually pretty good.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But I do see where you're going with it, though. Yeah, Bob Dylan.
Give me your Bob Dylan.
I'm going down the slide. Whoa, and this is
same
fun.
person.
Mom and Dad,
Right.
look at me.
And then,
I do see it. Fuck, I can hear it now.
It's me and Mom and Dad, and then we turn this into cream, and look at the mouse. Exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear it now as I was saying it. So yeah, Bob Dylan. And listen, Rybo, if you're listening, and I forget who else was also in this, but fucking Jake Dylan. Wallflowers?
Oh, yeah.
One headlight?
Yeah.
That song is
Solid
a fucking banger, dude. Jake over Bob. 100%. We've gotten drunk at the bar and be like just chanting Jake over Bob while one headlight was playing.
Yeah, that's a good jam.
If I had to pick 2 more.
2 more what?
2 more. This is also going to go with the top 3. But I don't know. There's nothing I can really think off the top of my head, so I don't need to waste your time.
What about, if we're going back to worsts, what about worst boss?
Worst boss?
Yeah.
Actually, I can drop this. This is a story, like, I think a handful of episodes back that we were, and I was like, we'll save the story for another time. I was, I don't know, 16? Sheesh. And I was working at Bob Evans as a busboy. I had just moved out to Worcester, where there's no sidewalks. Literally across the street is a cornfield that smells like cow shit. Our landlord lives next door, who owns a junkyard that lives behind us. And me, being a city boy, thinking junkyards are basically where cars go to die.
Sure.
And you just, they crunch them into the metal and recycle, etc. So I've definitely gone down back there and smashing fucking windows. Throwing rocks, dropping batteries through windshields, etc., with all my friends. Got caught. So I had to get a job at Bob Evans as a busboy to help pay back
Nice.
for all these windows that I broke.
Worcester?
In Worcester.
Yikes.
Yeah. So basically where we lived on like Route 83, you had to like drive like 5 minutes into town. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't have a general store, but we sure fucking might as well have. But I was a busboy. And during my time there, we had servers that I think that were like in their mid-20s and what have yous. But one was super slutty. Nice. A real sleut, if you will. And she would flirt with
goddamn sleuths.
Yeah, she would flirt with all of us, like back of house, busboys, all that, And then she's like, "Hey, boys, guess what I just got?" And we're like, "What?" And she's like, "A water bra." And I'm like, "I'm 16 and I have no idea what that is." And
she showed it to you?
So she, no. Oh, she like kind of peeked the button.
Nice.
But basically, and I don't even know if these are even a thing anymore, but this was probably like 2001. But apparently it's, I think it was a bra that has water in it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of seemed more filled. I could be completely wrong.
No,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever
right.
actually seen.
Yeah, it's got some kind of like gel.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So anyways, she's like, "Give it a feel." And I was like, "You want me to feel your boob?"
And you're 16?
16.
Nice.
And she's probably like 23. This is completely illegal.
And hot.
Yeah. And so I'm like,
fuck yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Right.
So I was like, all right. So I start feeling her boob, and I was like, man, this is cool. Feeling this older chick's boob.
This frozen tit.
Yeah. And I was like,
this frozen gel tit.
Yeah. This jelly titty.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we, that was
creme brulee titty right here. Yeah.
So fast forward, I don't know, like a week or so, and in the section of like the back of house where they prep like all the salads and all that, there was like all the containers, and I walk past and I grab a grape, throw one in my mouth just in passing, and my boss goes, "Hey, come here." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Did you pay for that grape?" I go, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I just saw you take a grape out of the container. Did you pay for that?" And I go, "No."
No.
And he's like, "Okay, well, let's go back in my office." And I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! I'm gonna get in trouble for
He's
this?"
accusing you of theft for a grape.
So I go back there, and he goes, "Listen, we're gonna charge you," which was like, I mean, back then it was like $1.83 for like those Bob Evans small ass like glass bowls. I think what we used to probably use like our soft serve ice cream in.
Sure.
For you to have to pay for a thing of grapes. And I go, "No fucking way." And he's like, "What do you mean no?" And I go, "I had a grape. You know how many fucking people in this fucking store
have had a grape?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Doesn't matter." He's like, "I saw you do it." And I go, "Okay, well, I'm not going to pay for that." And he goes, "Well, then if you're not going to pay for it, you can't work here." And I go, "Before you tell me I can't work here, I'm just going to tell you that I'm quitting." And he's like, "You're not quitting. I'm firing you." And I go, "Okay, fine. You fired me. Is that what you need to tell everybody when I leave here? You fired me?" So I fucking leave. That was part one of a shitty boss.
Is that the end of that story?
No. Do you have questions?
I do.
Go on.
Only that, did you not go back to that guy and be like, I just grabbed the tits of the boss and I'm underage, so.
He didn't see it. So I'm also not going to tell her. I'm not going to rat her out for fucking let me touch her boob.
All right, fair.
You know, I got to touch a boob.
As your alleged.
He didn't see it, so he couldn't get in trouble
attorney,
for it.
yeah.
So what's he gonna do? Then he's gonna make me pay for something because he caught me doing it.
That's hearsay titties.
Yeah.
Fine.
So I get fired and I get a job like a week or so later at the local Pet Supplies Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just fuck that job, right? I'm like showing up late, and I'm like, I hate this fucking place, blah blah blah. And my boss looked like Matthew Broderick, like
Nice.
Ferris Bueller,
Yeah.
but like more like Cable Guy, but with like the, but with a mustache, like older single mustache Matthew Broderick.
A mustachioed small white gentleman.
Yes.
Okay.
But he like facial features still kind of had a lot of that look, but then he was yelling at me for like showing up late or something like that. And he's like, "Listen, you've been late a couple times. We're going to have to let you go." And then he was like being an asshole to me, like from that point forward.
Is he getting fired again?
Oh yeah. But let me tell you the connection here. He was being a dick, yelling at me for something that I don't even think I even did.
He was blowing your other male boss.
No.
Damn it.
His wife was the woman that had the water bra at Bob Evans, and I told him that we were all squeezing his wife's titties
Nice. This is
in the back of house.
Hell yeah.
And he got really pissed off
Nice.
and fired me.
That's fair.
So those are my 2 dick bosses. I guess I probably had something to do with at least one of them.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, I've had so many dick bosses. I guess my
dick boss.
My number one would be from the Australian themed steakhouse, Jewish Jeremy. He was.
That's the name of the restaurant or the person?
That was the name of the person. Yeah, we won't name them.
Just kidding.
He was something. He was one of those people. He was like owner/manager, so he would sit in his office all the time and yell at people through his office door. And he hated when people would use bad language. That was one of his things.
Curse words?
Any curse words.
Is hell was that one?
No, I mean it was shit or beyond.
Okay.
He would be like, and he was always in his office, and we all said he was like surfing porn. His office door was always locked, but if you yelled a curse word, he would just like pull open his office door and go, "Watch the language," and the door would automatically close itself over and then lock. So like I would come in on my day off to pick up my paycheck. And I would walk in the back and be like, "Hey, I'm just here to pick up my check." And they're like, "Yeah, no problem. We'll grab it for you in 30 seconds." And I'm like, "Cool. Cock, tit, fuck." And then just take 3 steps out onto the floor. And he would just open up and just fly open the door to his office and be like, "Language." And look at everybody else that's working. And I'm like, "You people disgust me." Which was great. I used to do that all the time.
That's great.
Yeah. He was a terrible, terrible boss.
I mean, like other ways besides that?
I mean, in lots of ways. He just was a total dick to everybody. He did try to like run some things. Stop me if I've mentioned this about the Chubby Bunny. Did we talk about this?
We did talk about Chubby Bunny in previous episodes.
He was the Chubby Bunny guy who tried to motivate us with that. But he was just such an asshole all the time. And actually, before that, no, I'm sorry, right after that, I had 2 bosses back to back. And this is very interesting. My first boss's name that I'm going to talk about, and they'll both be quick, was Chris MacFarlane.
Huh.
And my next boss's name was Chris McFarland.
Interesting.
So their names were almost identical.
Sure.
And they were both enormous pieces of shit. Chris McFarlane, in the beginning, he was an alcoholic and an asshole. This was at a restaurant in Florida. I was training as general manager, and we had to go through station rotations, so you had to do like 2 weeks of everybody's job, so you knew how to do it. And after the 2 weeks of me training as a server, the server who I was training with, her name was Ashley, and he saw me and said that he thought we were getting, his word was chummy with each other, so he made me fire her in front of him for no reason.
Is that his kink?
I think in a way it was.
Okay.
But he made me fire her in front of him for no reason to show him that I had the balls to fire somebody that I was friends with.
Yeah. That's
so
shitty.
he was like, "Oh, I see you're a little chummy with Ashley." And I'm like, "Yeah, she's my trainer for this station rotation." And he's like, "Yeah, but I see you guys talking to each other and laughing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really funny."
Mm-hmm.
So we talk, and I'm
How
funny.
are you not getting this?
Right. And he's like, "Cool. She's fired." And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "It doesn't matter. It's a right to work state, just like Ohio." He's like, "You can fire her for no reason, but I need to know that you have the faculties, so go fire her." So I went and fired her in front of him for no fucking reason.
Damn, that's
and she
shit.
cried.
Well, yeah.
And was obviously and rightfully, and the whole time I was just looking at him like, fucking cocksucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, I worked for him for 8 more months, and then the restaurant went into this huge turmoil, and I fucked him so hard at the end.
Gross.
Not in a sexual way.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, I fucked him over so good. So good.
So good.
Yeah, but he was a total piece of shit. And then I worked for this other guy, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad to be done with this piece of shit I used to work with, whose name was Chris McFarland. And this guy's like, "Hey, I'm Chris McFarland." And I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." He's like, "I just had 2 pots of coffee before I left the house." And I'm like, "I already want to fucking murder you."
Sounds like it.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Would you settle down?
Yeah.
We almost got into multiple fist fights. Like, he was a total asshole. And he was like third in command at the company I worked for that my dad owned. So like, hard to explain. I was like fourth in command. He was third, and it was because both of our dads owned the company together.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the son of one, I was the son of the other, and we were jockeying for position. And then he was just like, "Hey, I drank all this coffee," and I'm like, I was like, "Listen, I'm like, if you make one more shaky move at me, I'm gonna knock that stupid look off your fucking face." And he's like, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "What did you say?" And we both jump out of our chairs, and then our dads show up, and they're like, "What are you two idiots doing?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna punch this dude into fucking tomorrow." And they're like, "Would you guys settle down?" They're like, "We didn't give you guys real jobs. We just gave you salaries. Just take your checks and shut the fuck up." And we're both like, "Fuck you and fuck him and fuck this job." And we're both trying to quit, and our dads are like,
fucking dummies.
"Yeah, hey, dummies."
It's like Step Brothers.
Exactly. They're like, "Hey, you're making fucking $8,000 a month. Would you shut the fuck up and take your money and stop trying to punch that asshole in the face because he drank too much coffee?" But yeah.
That's hilarious. So, I mean, the show's called Pizza Bagels.
It sure is.
How about top 3 worst pizza places? I love pizza.
Same.
I mean,
had pizza. Yeah, last time I had pizza was this morning.
Interesting.
I had pizza 17 hours ago.
I feel like it's been a minute. I don't think I've had pizza since I was in Portland.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think I need to fix that here soon.
I'm on this hot honey trend. Are you on this hot honey trend?
I am.
Let me tell you.
Dude,
I fucking love it. We got pizza.
Dope.
It's so good. We got pizza from the Big M, which is this place right across the street from us in Avon Lake. And the pizza, it's not bad. I would say it's like a solid 7 out of 10.
Sure.
Which is not bad. But we brought it home, and I had all these condiments out, and Jen's like, "What are you doing with oregano and parm and hot sauce and honey?" And I'm like, "Let me doctor it up." I doctor up the whole pizza, and she's like, "Holy shit, is this fucking good?"
Yeah.
It's hot honey.
Yeah, dude.
It's so good.
We had it for the first time at that Pizza 216 downtown. We went there last year for our anniversary. Go Bordello was playing, and we were like, let's just have like a staycation night.
Yeah.
We got a hotel downtown, and we went there for dinner and got that honey hot pizza, dude.
It's
and that's
so
fucking good. And have you had Booms here in Lakewood?
I have not. Only because I've heard it's like 30.
It's expensive.
$3 a pie.
It's like 20 something. They only have one size, and I think like it's like $27.
Listen, I'm in.
And they don't have a delivery, so you have to pick it up.
I'm in. I'll try.
But it's good pizza.
That's a lot to throw in on a pizza.
100%. Yeah. It's a once like in a blue moon kind of pizza.
This pizza,
but
we
it's
got from Big
fucking
M,
delicious.
It was $19.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? It might be not great. It got good reviews. Might not be great. But then I was like, I'll doctor it up. But yeah, Booms, I would definitely try that. But if it was $30 and I'm not happy with the pizza, I'm gonna be so fucking bummed. $30, like that's
Oh no, it was definitely a chance to take.
2.5 sandwiches from original Philly cheesesteaks. That's 2.5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
So, what are your 3 like pizzas like that are the fucking worst?
The worst?
Yeah. You don't like no specific order. I just want 3 of the shittiest pizzas that you think.
All right. CC's.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was the pizza buffet place, right?
Yeah.
I forgot that place even existed.
Trash.
Well, yeah.
As well it should be. See, I don't know if I'm just naming trash places that are trash. But other people have said CC's is good, which is nonsense. It's trash.
Because they're trash.
Chuck E. Cheese, trash.
Oh.
Do you
When's the last time you went to Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't think I'm allowed there.
If you have a kid, you can go in there, but you get it as a 2 beer
Hey, listeners,
maximum.
can I borrow a kid and a grown up so I can have 4 beers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I'm talking about like out of the chains.
All right.
So fuck on
okay.
on the
what I would
like,
love to say is Papa
chains.
John's. I would love to say Papa John's is one of my least favorite, but it's not. It's my favorite shitty chain.
So Papa John's for me is on that shitty list. But here's the deal. Like I used to love Papa John's. I thought they used to have the dopest pizza.
The garlic sauce.
And the pepperoncinis that came with it. I used to, like, when we, like, a bunch of us would get pizza, as soon as we open that box, I'm like, dibs on that fucking pepperoni. But and I haven't had it since probably before COVID, but it is. I tried multiple times, and it was shitty.
I mean, how much different are we going? Like Little Caesars, trash.
Sure, but Little Caesars,
Marco's,
dude,
trash.
their lunch like fucking deep dish, like it's like $5 for like 4 giant slices like deep dish.
Do they still have the packets, the spice packets? I don't think they do.
I don't know. They do have
Do
a
you
dope.
remember
They have
those?
multiple dipping sauces. I do like for like the spice packets for like red pepper flakes and shit.
Yeah, they were like 50 cents, and it was like red pepper flakes.
I don't think they do
garlic
that anymore.
powder, Sugar, oregano, and
No.
you would get. They'd be like, I don't know, like 25 cents a piece, and you just sprinkle, and they were so fucking good.
No, they just have a bunch of dipping sauces now, like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're saying Little Caesars, Marco's, and what else?
No, I hate to say it. Most Ohio pizza fucking sucks.
Chain wise, I
Yeah,
guess. I
for
don't know. I
sure.
mean, there's a bunch that are fine.
Yeah.
Some are way too expensive. My normal go-to is probably Marco's. I really like Donato's, but it's insane what they're charging for a fucking medium pizza.
Exactly.
It's also less pizza than a regular pizza, and you're
it's like
charging more
22
than a regular.
bucks. Yeah, it's outrageous.
Yeah. I'm getting more pizza for less money at Marco's.
Again, I will renew my annoyance that there's not a good place to get a slice.
I mean, I'm not going to agree with you. I think there's,
I know
as
you're
far
not.
as the chains
Nobody
go,
is. It's not going to be a chain. It's going to have to be a fucking food truck or something.
Right.
Where we
Listen,
can drive around with a pizza oven inside and just have fucking New York style $5 slices that are huge that are served on a barf bag.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen here. No. I mean, for me, Pizza Pan. That was the shittiest fucking
Never been.
pizza. Oh, let me tell you about it. If you order a medium pizza, they go, "Do you want to pick that up or you want it delivered?" And you're like, "I'll have it delivered." They give you another pizza for free. You pick it up, you get 2 pizzas for free. Their pizza is that trash that they're literally just giving away pizzas.
This is like worse than Nunzio's.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Jess loves Nunzio's.
A lot of people love Nunzio's.
Dude,
I
their
used to love
margarita pizza.
Nunzio's.
Dude, their margarita pizza used to be fucking really good because it was a different sauce than the other one. And don't get me wrong, like Nunzio's is great when you're drunk. Their regular sauce, it's fine. I don't hate Nunzio's. I do bust Jess's balls about it. Oh, we're doing a little shot ski?
Let's do a shot ski.
Okay.
Cheers,
Salud.
Yeah. Yeah, I got banned from Nunzio's for a short time.
Is it because like you ordered it and then fell asleep and then they were knocking on the door and could deliver the pizza?
Sort of. It was like I ordered it, and then they were like, it's going to take an hour longer than we told you.
Yeah. They were also super cunts.
And I was like, you guys live 3 blocks away from here. What the fuck takes an hour?
Yeah.
And they're like, then why don't you come pick it up? And I was like, then why do you have delivery? Mm-hmm. We went back and forth, and they were like, well, then we're not going to deliver your pizza. And I was like, well, then you guys can go fuck yourselves. And they were like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, but I still want my pizza. And they hung up. And fuck that place.
They were super cunts because they had the monopoly on being open
3 a.m.
after.
pizza.
Yeah. But Tony's is delicious, but
Tony's
that
is great.
gives me fucking
Heartburn,
acid
baby.
reflux and heartburn like a motherfucker.
You don't have pills for that?
No, I don't ever have it. Like acid reflux, that is a once in a blue moon thing. Heartburn, yes, I have plenty of Tums.
Sure.
But the acid reflux, that's a once in a blue moon thing for me. But when I eat Tony's, which I haven't in a long time because I have woken up at 3 a.m. choking on my own fucking
Tony's
acid
is
reflux,
good.
dude. It's good.
It's good.
But now, which is dope, is that Nunzio's doesn't have the monopoly on the whole situation. Tony's is in. But Pizza Pan definitely sucks balls.
Good to know.
Let me think. Also, Pizza Hut. Not a Pizza Hut guy.
I can't even possibly remember the last time I ordered from Pizza Hut or Domino's or any of those places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Papa John's we do every now and then because we like the sauces,
Sauce.
but
Yeah. I don't know.
Domino's.
I mean, actually, I had Domino's like.
Really?
I feel like it's like last year.
Things about Domino's.
See, I don't mind Domino's, to be honest. I don't know. And again, as I said earlier, I mean, Papa John's is one that I really liked, and then it just kind of fell to shit, and then down and out.
Yeah.
Those would be my worst for the pizzas. How are we at on time?
We are just about there. 56 minutes.
Okay. Anything that you want to throw into before?
Nope. I have lots more worse when we want to get back into it, but you got a quick game?
I do have a game, but I also had like a funny question that Jess and I were talking about, and this is not going to fall into the worst, but actually it is. It does fit.
All right.
I don't know why I said that. That's ridiculous. So, you're married.
Correct.
Give me 3 gifts that people can give as a wedding present. Like, I don't know if you've received them or you've seen people give them and you're like, why would you fucking do that? Give me 3 of the worst fucking presents to give for a wedding.
Oh, okay. So the worst presents you can give to a couple that is getting married.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. The worst thing you can bring as a wedding gift.
Sure.
What are the ones that you might have received or ones you've been to a wedding and you're like, why would you do that?
Okay.
Ready? Give me your 3.
Soap dish.
A soap dish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but people give those all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. Usually they're engraved with words that say things like, I do.
Live, laugh, love.
Oh, my God. I'm 40. Okay, I got married 5 years ago when I was 37. You guys think you think I'm picking up a wife wearing a bar of soap? The fuck out of here. I don't need a soap dish, okay?
Is this something to have like in the bathroom?
I think.
But also, who the fuck is using bars of soap as to wash your hands except for hotels?
Thank you. These are all great questions I don't know the answer to, but I returned like 3 engraved soap dishes.
Returned to sender? Like you sent them back to the people that did them?
No. Like everybody who gives you wedding gifts, they give it like with a gift receipt, so you return it.
Okay, all right, got it.
So we kept one of them, which is really strange, and it's like on our hutch in our dining room.
So it's not even being used. Was it just super cute? It had something engraved cute?
No, it says I do on it. It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid fucking thing.
You guys have like a wedding display of like
of soaps.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking stupid. Toasters or any other singular kitchen device.
Well, give me something specific. I want one toaster.
Toaster.
Okay.
Dumb.
And
everybody thinks a toaster is a great. They're like, oh my God, I bet they don't have a toaster. And you know what? You're right. They don't. You know why? Because nobody needs a fucking toaster. Because how often are we toasting bread, baby? We all have fucking saute pans.
I mean,
a little butter in there.
Well, we have like what are those like the little what the hell are they called? It's like a mini oven thing. What are those called?
A toaster oven?
Like a toaster oven. Yeah, we have one of those.
That's fine.
So we are occasionally toasting bread for Sammy's, but
you can throw pizza rolls in there.
It's multi-use. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't throw pizza rolls in a toaster.
Nope.
I mean, you probably could, but it's not going to turn out. Yeah,
you can, and you'll burn your fucking house down. But yeah, I mean, toasters. Like, I don't know why that's one of the big gifts to give to people that are married. Like, oh, here's the thing so that you can only make toast in this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have room in my kitchen. Why don't you get me? Why don't you pay a little? Just give me cash. Give me cash to blow out my kitchen
instead of the $60.
And then when I have a larger kitchen, I won't need a toaster because then I can have a fucking air fryer.
Fair
that
enough.
I'll buy for myself.
Yeah.
And then anything couples related. Don't buy a couples massage. Don't buy a couples anything.
Well, like, give me like an example. Give me like what's
like a massage.
Do you want to do like a couples massage?
Yeah. Don't buy that. Don't get a couples massage. Don't get a couples mani-pedi. Don't have a couples axe throwing weekend. You know why? Because we've been planning this wedding for a fucking year, and I've had enough. That's been enough time.
Being with your wife?
With my wife for now. Okay? So we get married, and then we spend our fun. By the way, the most fun thing about getting married is the next day when you open up all the envelopes. That's the most fun
with
part.
all the moolah.
It's got the money in it. It's got the gifts in it. It's fucking up. You have no responsibility. It's amazing. I smoked weed. Jen did not. We ordered room service. We opened up envelopes. We're stacking out money and gift cards and
drinking
stuff.
Mimosas and shit.
Drinking, yeah.
That's
Jeeves, dope. More mimosas. Jeeves, more mimosas. So fun.
Yeah.
That guy's name wasn't Jeeves. It doesn't fucking matter. We're having a time. It was awesome. But yeah, don't get us couples shit, because then she's like, so when do you want to go have these petties? And I'm like, I don't know, in like 4 years when I'm done, because we've spent so much time together. Like,
yeah,
give me 3 months to relax, and then I'll be ready for that. She's like, that sounds like a long time. I'm like, cool. Did you want to have a fight about this fucking present that so-and-so got us for us to spend time together in 2 days? Because we've spent 18 hours together every day for the last 9 months planning this fucking wedding. And she's like, what do you mean a fucking wedding? And it just goes downhill from there. And I'm like, yeah, you want a petty? Yeah, I'll get a petty, motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, I'll go get a fucking petty, you bitch. And we sleep in separate bedrooms. It's a whole fucking thing. So don't get stuff for couples. That's it.
You make getting married sound so wonderful.
It's so fucking good. I'm being honest, it's so fucking good. Yeah, just no.
Okay, so everybody listening out there,
get married and then be single for like 2 months, and then get back to married. The best way. I was gonna say. The best fucking way.
So, no soap dishes.
No soap dish.
No toasters.
No toasters.
No couples coupons.
Nope.
Or like gift cards to go do things.
Listen, get the dude like a fucking $45 pass to go do I don't know, paintball.
Bourbon tasting.
Perfect. And then get the chick fucking $35 thing at I don't know what the
she actually might like the Manny Patty, the patty,
the Manny patties.
Yeah, she wants some man patties.
Daddies, we likes to patties.
the Manny patties or the massage though.
Yeah, they can have that, but then let the dude do something else. Let them have time apart, and then we come back together. The husband will be like, "Oh my god, I had such a great time doing this," and the wife will be like, "Oh my god, I had so much fun doing this," and they'll be like, "Wow." We're mutually interested in this story, which will be amazing for their relationship, because for the next 5 years, it's not going to happen that often. They're just going to be like, oh, we did the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
So give them experiences instead of gifts.
Words of wisdom from the bagel.
From the bagel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you heard it here, Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking
talk. You heard
it
here, folks.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's right.
Okay, so, that being said, you ready to get into a game?
Yep.
Okay, so the game is, I'm going to give you 3 couples that are our friends, and you are going to choose on which one of those couples gets these shitty-ass gifts if they're getting married.
Awesome.
Okay. Right. So if you want to write these down real quick. So it's the soap dish, the toaster, and a couple's event gift card. And I'll even let you decide on what it is. If it's a massage, it's axe throwing, or what have you. And then are you ready for the couples?
Ready.
Okay. So we're going to go with Mo and Andrew. Will you get that jotted down? You ready?
Good.
Okay, so the next is going to be Dan, Amador, and Rebecca.
Okay.
And the next one's going to be Wildo and Jen. So those are your 3 couples, and you have those 3 items. So which one of these items, soap dish, a toaster, and then a couple's event gift card.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, go on.
All right.
I'm ready. Excited for this. I haven't even decided on what's what because I'm explaining the whole fucking game, but I'm excited to hear what you have to say and why.
All right. So Wildo lived in the basement at his parents' house at Billy and Trisha's place, and then I stayed down there for like 4 days at Wildo's parents' place, and his bathroom was disgusting.
Okay, I could see that.
Horrifically.
He had his
disgusting.
own like little shitty bathroom down in the basement.
Yeah, it was like a half bath, but it had a shower.
Okay,
it was like a tiny
little room.
bathroom.
Yeah. But nobody else is coming down there and using it, so it's just his.
Nobody coming down there.
Sure.
Yeah, but when I went down there, it was like there was soap scum and like not toilet, fucking toothpaste residue everywhere, and it was just a disgusting bathroom. And I'm not a neat freak, but I went down there, and when I was staying there for 5 days, I basically detailed that bathroom to make it palatable for me to be there. So for Wildo and Jen, definitely a soap dish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you have it engraved?
No.
Oh.
Wildo's just going to leave disgusting Wildo soap all over it, so he's not going to see it.
So you wouldn't even like engrave it just for the sake of Jen?
No, he's going to flip it upside down. They're going to fucking leave soap scum. It's going to be fine. It's fine. All right, so that takes care of that. And then we have what? A toaster and a couple event versus Mo and Andrew and Dan and Rebecca.
Yep.
Oh man. Couple event, I'm definitely giving to Dan and Rebecca.
Okay. Why or what would you give them to what events?
That's a good question. It would definitely be erotic. It would be an erotic event for those two. Sorry,
what?
Dan, I know you're listening.
Do you think like sex clubs have gift cards?
Or like,
well, I mean, how erotic are you talking about?
Packages? I don't know.
Like,
all I wrote down was couples event.
Right. But you said you want something erotic. So what are we talking though?
I don't really know. I just remember, and sorry, Dan, if I'm putting you out there, but I remember that when Dan was telling me how sexually attracted he was to Rebecca at one point, he was in the shower and pulled back the shower curtain, and Rebecca was like in the other room and caught his eye. She was not like nude or anything like that, but he was just like primed up for the fact that he was in the shower and she was in the other room, that he jerked off in the shower while they held eye contact.
Ah, that's very endearing.
That's what I said. It's so endearing. And
it is.
So I think that's a couple's event. I'm not buying him a fucking toaster about it. I'm not going to be like, hey, way to jerk off to your wife. Here's your bread. Here's your bagel for the morning. So definitely, yeah. And then Mo and Andrew, I think they would enjoy a nice fancy toaster.
I mean, would you give them a toaster or would you upgrade to a toaster oven?
No. I would give them I would get them a toaster, but like that super expensive toaster. The one where like
it's got
Bluetooth and connects to your phone and like shows you the level of toastiness on your bread. Yeah. Which they would never use.
Well, how do you know? Maybe they like making breakfast Sammies in the morning.
I assume they do.
Or just want toast with their breakfast.
What if it also
don't really know
to
what
my
else
phone? And then I was just like, I would call Mo every morning and just be like, what the fuck? How brown are you going to let this toast get? This is fucking
Can someone please fucking check on the toast?
I bought you this fucking toaster. How toasty are we going to... Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, besides breakfast stuff, I mean, and like a BLT, I don't really know what else you're really toasting breads for.
I don't own a toaster.
Yeah, we don't either.
Yeah. I have a toaster oven, sure, for like reheating pizza or like making pizza rolls.
Yeah.
But I don't make bread in that.
I think
I have a saute pan because I'm a grown-up.
Yeah, fair enough. I think when I was living with Gare, the we had a toaster, but I think it basically just hung out in the cupboard until somebody actually wanted toast.
All right, well, you're up, kiddo.
Okay. Shit. Again, I'm just coming up with the idea and talking with you. I got to figure out who is doing what. Oh, before I get into it though, but you didn't say what the gift card, the card was going to be for Dan and Rebecca.
Card?
Yeah, the gift card, the couple's gift card. You just said it's going to be something erotic, but like what?
Oh, what's that place that used to be next to Frankie's Italian?
What was that, like Independence or some Seven Hills or something?
No, it's in North Olmsted.
Frankie's Italian.
Yeah.
Like an adult store?
Yeah. What's that place called?
Adult art.
No.
Is it like the Ambiance?
Yes, Ambiance. That's the place.
Okay.
Yeah, I would get them that. 70-30, 70% on Dan's side. So he'd have to get 70%, whatever my gift card is, Dan has to spend 70% for himself.
Okay.
And Rebecca can spend 30% for herself. So he needs something that
mean.
Sucks his dick.
What? Wait, say that again?
Or plays with his balls. He's got to pick something for himself.
Okay, yeah.
She's got to pick something for herself.
Right. And you just said something about his dick or balls?
Like, he'd have to pick something that, sucks his dick or balls.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm saying he has to pick, I don't mean, he picks it out for his wife. He has to pick out something for himself.
Okay.
Like something for his schlong.
Got it.
Yeah. Like a man toot.
Why are you giving him so much extra?
Because I think that would make it so much more difficult for him. It'd be so easy to pick out a thing for a chick, like, oh, here's a fucking, oh, you want a bigger dildo? There you go.
Rubber fists.
Right, exactly.
That look like they're doing Italian.
Exactly. Oh, you want 3 rubber fists that are doing Italian? Yeah. But what do you do for guys? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I think they now have pocket pussies that actually shift and move
Seymour.
around.
Feed me, Seymour. Yeah. It just fucking circles around. It's got a tongue. Yeah. Yeah, I just want him to spend more money on himself and get himself a hard stroker.
So he can use it in the shower while looking at Rebecca is masturbating with a toy?
Or while she's in the shower and watches him. Let them mix it up a little bit.
All right.
Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm getting right in the middle of this.
Sheesh. I don't know, dude. Sheesh. Let's see. You want to do a quick little shotsies before I jump into this?
Here we go.
Salud. Let's see. This is it is a very interesting thing to sort out. This is just more fun when I was just asking you the question. You answered. Whoa, man, I don't know.
Walk us through what you're thinking through.
I'm just trying to decide. I'm like, all right, who do I give the soap dish to?
Go on.
And then I'm more of the fun person, so I would have something engraved. Jesus fuck.
The soap dish?
Yeah. I would have something engraved. So
talk it through.
It'd be like this would be for your kitchen, and make it something more funny, like live, laugh, loaf, with a picture of a loaf of bread on there.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be for their bathroom. It's gonna go right in front of their shitter.
And it's just like a shit emoji.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, loaf.
Yep.
I mean, it can go either way.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do like a his and hers.
By the way, Mo would love that.
You're not wrong.
Live,
you know
laugh,
what?
Loaf right in front of the bathroom.
Listen, you're not wrong, because both of those two are the poopiest people that I know. Those guys poop
100%.
More than anybody that I know.
Right.
All right. Thanks for walking me through that.
You got it, buddy.
I think we'll give them the soap dish.
Yep.
It'll be very sweet and pretty and all the fun colors for Mo.
Do you want to just say loaf, 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 or live, love, loaf?
No, I think it's funny with live, laugh, loaf.
I think so too.
and then there'll just be like the little poop emoji with the face on there.
Yep.
And it's also just like, hey, listen, you just live, laugh, loafed.
Right.
Wash your hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. So Mo and Andrew, that's a good point. They're gonna get the soap dish with the live, laugh, loaf.
Okay.
And the poop emoji.
Okay.
Toaster. Couples gift card. Well, here's the deal. And this is only just because of seeing recently. Wildo and Jen, they're out on vacation.
Yep.
I forget where.
Florida.
So they're already having their own time. And Dan and Rebecca have a kid. Finn's a cute little boy.
Yep.
I'm going to give the couple's gift card also to Dan and Rebecca.
Sure.
But for what? And see, before I get to that, since we're going to give the toaster to Jen and Wildo,
yeah,
I would at least make it a fun one where it's like one of those clear see-through toasters.
Okay.
So you can see the toastiness as it's happening.
Are you going to engrave it with anything?
Live, laugh, loaf? It's bread.
For everybody?
It's
just
bread.
Across the board?
Right, yeah. I mean, between breads and shits, right?
Sure.
You got a loaf of bread. Live, laugh, loaf.
Love
sure.
it.
So, yeah, they're going to get the toaster, but it's going to be a dope toaster. It's like I said, like if I wanted a toaster, I would at least definitely get like a see-through one.
Sure.
I don't need the Bluetooth.
Sure.
Gift card for Dan and Rebecca. They need something to have some time away from Lil Finn. And that gift card would be, man, trying to see what's popping in my head here. What's no, because you're already giving them all the sexy stuff.
Yeah, but Dan's gonna order something enormous. So maybe a little something left over for Rebecca.
Like a giant black double-sided dildo?
Yeah.
So it's like it's for both of us, but it's more of mine.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. You know Dan. He's not going to, even if it was for his wife, he's not going to be like, listen, for Rebecca, I'm going to get the bunny rabbit 2.0. He's going to be like, I want the diesel elephant murderer that has a kickstart.
Like a pulse. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to ruin the environment.
This has got 3 horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Damn. I'm trying to think of like what would be super dope.
For Dan and Rebecca?
Yeah, for Dan and Rebecca. I don't know.
What about like a sexy swing?
Well, that would still probably just be purchasing it from Ambiance.
Yeah.
Do we just get them just sexy toys?
What if we just got them swings, like a child's playground swings? And we set them up their house like 20 feet away from each other so they could just swing.
And just stare at each other's eyes
with their tongue out.
And masturbate?
Yeah, and he's like, nice pussy. And she's like, yeah, look at your dick. And they're just like swinging.
And they're just swinging and masturbating. That's a weird thing. Where did we go? Like, how did that get here?
All right.
Damn, dude, I don't know.
We got about 6 minutes to close this up, baby. So
fuck.
This is on you.
I know. I got so pumped to like ask this question. I didn't even get a second. I need to start prepping a little better and being like,
listen,
have my answers ready to go. I know. I don't know, dude. Yeah. Kane comes around, around the throat, yanks me off.
Listen, we can wrap it up right now. We are at 1 hour and 20 minutes.
We need to wrap it up.
We do need to wrap it up.
Dan and Rebecca, you guys get a gift card for Chuck E. Cheese.
100%.
Listen, you guys get 2 beers each.
Yep.
And
I'll donate my 2 beers.
Yeah. We'll go with you.
We'll go with you.
Yeah. So it's a gift card. Here we go. It's a gift card
For both of you.
For both of you, and the money to spend for all the games for Finn to play.
Yep. Tony and I will come.
We're now allowed in there because we're gonna be like we're family. We're the uncles.
Yep.
For Finn's birthday.
Yep.
But we're just there to drink beers and also play games.
We will order our 2 beers.
Yeah.
Donate them to both of you.
Mm-hmm.
The pizza's good.
You hated the pizza earlier.
The pizza's terrible. It's so bad my dick's hard. That's a hard conversation to have. All right. So,
hard
left turn on the pizza bagel.
That being said, I guess that's a wrap.
All right. So, the secret word for the episode today, if you've been listening, is...
how about shenanigans?
Shenanigans is the secret word. If you email us and say shenanigans in your email, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. So email us at pizza bagels, plural, now
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
You got it.
First time.
Unless if you forget, then it's just pizza bagel snow.
Pizza bagel snow.
Yep. At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. We'll give you a shout out, and then we'll continue this, and yeah, pizza bagels with Tony and Dave.
That's how we do it. Okay. Well, we need to do our traditional little shot skis.
Close out.
Yep. You have your ends. You've done. Do you want some tequila? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'll take a little.
You have a little dab here. Here, let me.
A dab will do you.
A dab will do you. Okay, here. Let me just pass this around here. Pour yourself a little something, something, and we'll have our little. Let me get things prepped up. Never know if this thing's ever gonna like set itself off, because I feel like it does sometimes. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. I just want to get things prepped for the jam. And we are good to go.
We are prepped.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. From first to worst, here we are. See you next week.
Cheers.
So long.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.